Okay, we're going to get the Rambler started up and take it for a test drive. We don't have all the door panels on yet because I don't have enough clips to put them back on, and the old ones are kind of rusty, and I don't want to really put them in. And so anyway, we just threw the door handle and the window cranks on the two front doors, and Nikki and I are going to take it for a ride. See, kind of shake it down a little bit and see what else needs fixed. Then when I get my new clips in, we'll put the door panels on. So we're gonna start this thing up and see if we can get it out of the shop. Let it warm up for a little bit. That's the little 287 V8. Really smooth running little engine. I'm not really crazy about the muffler on it. It don't sound too bad, but it's got one of those mufflers like the, I guess that'd be the 3rd gen Camaro, like the early 80s, up to 92, 82 to 92 maybe. It's got that one that sits sideways behind the rear axle kind of there, that like the Camaros had on them. I don't really like it because it's weird. It comes off of the engine, duals come off the engine, then they go to a single and run down beside the drive shaft. There's plenty of room for 2 pipes. It runs down beside the drive shaft, and then branches back out into, well, actually goes into the muffler, then comes out of the muffler as 2. So it don't sound terrible, but you can actually, if you get down low enough, you can see that muffler. I don't really like that. But I'm gonna put this running gear and everything in that sedan, and this one's gonna be a gasser, so it'll be fender well headers. I will branch off of those and have some duals run back to some fairly aggressive mufflers that just dump out right in front of the rear axle probably, and I'll be able to cap my headers to quieten it down a little bit while I'm driving around in it, but uncap them. Telling me how smelly it is. I put some lead additive in the gas so that lubricate the valve train, because these did not have hardened seats in them. It's an old car. So we're idling. It'll smooth out a little bit more. I'm gonna try to get it out of here. Let's see here if I can get out without tearing something up. I don't have a mirror on the passenger side, and this one's not much good. Are the brake lights on? Okay. Got a lot of projects in here. Getting this one done is gonna help me get the other ones done. You know how that works. Aggressive with the door. Uh-oh. Accelerator pump's still a little bit weak. It works, but you got a little dead spot there. That'll work out in time. I've got some Berryman B12 tune-up in the gas tank. Just some 90 octane alcohol-free gas. Some lead additive. tank says, gauge says empty. I'm not sure if it works. I did put some gas in it. We should have enough to get to the gas station. Famous last words. Radio don't work yet. Oh, wait a minute. The radio does work. Look at that. There's no antenna, but it's making noise. Speaker's shot. I can fix that. I can work with that. Clock's not working. And I know a place that fixes those if I can't get it going. Right on. Oh, we'll be styling and profiling. You got that right. Come on in here, hot mama.
Hi.
Well, that won't stay on there. We'll just stick it up there like that. Let's go get some gas. Maybe right by the car wash and spray this thing off. We're shaking it down, folks. I've never been out of the driveway in this car. Hauled it in, worked on it for how long? How long have we had this car? Has it been a year? Hadn't been a year.
I was gonna say 6 months.
Maybe 6 months. Yeah.
We may have to show Dylan.
We may have to call Trent if we break down. We might break down on the shakedown. All right. So far, coming down the driveway is not bad. Wife's picture happy. Always taking snapshots. Speedometer's not working, so that's good. You know, signs are just suggestions anyway, right? They don't pull you over in cars like this. They just assume nothing works. Okay. Not too bad so far. Got a little bit of play in the steering right here, you know. That's to be expected. You can work with that. Y'all like the smell of that leaded fuel?
No.
Actually, it's probably got some of that mineral spirits in the tank. Fuel will probably turn to mineral spirits, the old stuff. So we're gonna burn that out and get rid of it. Replace it with some good stuff.
Are we gonna make it to the gas station?
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the gas station.
Well, we probably should have a can of gas.
I put gas in it. I'm sure it hadn't ran out 5 gallons of gas pushing it around the shop. I don't know. Maybe it leaked out. Well, so far so good. Temperature gauge is still below C. Maybe it don't work either. gasket or something. Not terrible. One thing I can guarantee you, there ain't another one of these on this road right now. 63 Rambler Classic Wagon. Nobody driving one of these in this county. Except me. Thank you, dear. No seatbelts. Didn't come with them. Ain't gotta have them. Heater might be on.
Where's that at?
Alright, we got a little shimmy there coming around the corner.
That's right there.
It's over. Oh, right here. There it is. You can pull your ankle vent there. Slide that back.
This way?
Yep. Get some wind.
Yep.
That one over here too. Oh yeah. Those are real ankle vents.
Don't open the window, you might lose it.
We fixed up the non-factory added ankle vents. We got rid of those. Now we have the factory ankle vents. It wanders around a little bit. Not too bad. Like I said, we got a little shimmy going around corners. It's a shakedown, folks. It's a shakedown. Shake it down. I'm gonna stop up here, this little town. Well, no, I don't think I will. While we're rolling, we better get on to the gas station. Would you agree?
I agree.
Not a lot of rattles. Of course, we're not on a real bumpy road, but got a little rattling back there, but we don't have hardly any weather stripping on these doors or around the windows. It's good. So some of that stuff's available, some of it's not. We're going to replace what we can, and there are companies that make stuff that you can send them a piece and they can match it up to something they produce, hopefully. There's a lot of people that have these, so there's a lot of forums on AMC's, so I'm sure something can be obtained. Folks, we're not going to get down on this thing yet. We're going to just let it ease into it. Just do a few heat cycles. So far, I can't tell you how long it's been. I don't know since this car was on the road. But the gentleman I bought it from, I didn't even meet him. I met his friend because his friend said that the man who owned it had come down with severe illness. All I know is his name's Patrick, and he had to park the car, so it had been sitting in a barn for quite a long time. I don't know how long, but we are on our way to reviving this car, making it really nice. But it's already got a good start. It's a pretty good car, got good bones, and it's a cool wagon. Never owned a Rambler before. Seen a lot of them come in my dad's junkyard when I was a kid. Actually, a Rambler American, about the same year, was the first car I ever saw and he drove it into the junkyard and said that it had 250 something thousand miles on it, and that thing just sat and ran. You could stand a nickel on the air cleaner while it was running. It ran so smooth. And there's that shimmy. The shimmy's back again, trying to turn to the right a little bit at just cruising speed. So I think I know what that is. I think this has a what they call it doesn't have a steering box that the power steering hoses go straight into. It has what's called a power steering assist. So it's got a manual steering box, and it has a power steering pump, and it has a cylinder called a slave cylinder on the drag link that helps turn the car. And I think there's kind of a tie rod end that fits into that, and I think that's worn quite a bit. It's kind of sloppy. So I'm gonna see if I can buy that and replace it. That should tighten that up. But then again, I'll have to do that because I'm gonna drive the car like this for a while before I transfer this running gear, this drivetrain into the other car. Once I do that, this one will have a straight axle under it, and it won't even need any of that stuff. But the other car will. Which the other car has a front suspension under it. It just doesn't have a rear end, transmission, or an engine in it. And the other car actually is low miles. I mean, this car probably, it's showing 18,000. It's at least 118,000, maybe 218,000. So because knowing that tells me the car's actually been loved. It's been taken care of, maintained well for a long time. But then just kind of sat. How many owners have had it, but we'll be the last ones before my daughter gets it. When I go, she'll get it. No horn. So, have to work on that at some point. Now, honey, you told me that when you rode in this, you were going to be slunking down in the floorboard so nobody could see you. But I see you sitting up here, grinning like a possum.
I'm awful proud of you, baby.
Yeah. I'm glad something is. She's not paying attention because she just not. She's looking at her phone. She didn't hear what I said.
What'd you say?
I said Route 66. Let's fill up with gas and go.
Oh no.
That's right. About what time's it getting to be?
10 till 30.
Change the oil in this. Put some of that Rotella 15W40 in it. I feel like that's pretty standard among car guys because it is good oil. Got a lot of additives in it. Good for diesel engines. Makes it good for old engines too, old gas engines. Brakes are good. Drum brakes all the way around, folks. Don't let nobody tell you drum brakes aren't any good, because I'm telling you, they'll stop you just fine unless you try to stop on them a lot. They'll heat up and fade. But if you're driving a car, I mean, you got to hit the brakes hard. It'll stop you. They'll lock up and slide just like anything else. But they're not good for road racing or nothing like that. They will get hot. And there are some that will last. I mean, they made high performance ones back in the day all the time. They're still not as high performance as the lowest performance disc brakes, but they will stop you just fine. Shakedown run complete. It did really well. We ran about 30 miles. We went and filled up with gas. Went to the car wash. Just brushed it off with the foamy brush and hosed her down. And went and got some ice cream. Came back home. Never had an issue. There's a little bit of shimming going on. I got to do a little bit of work tightening up the steering assist cylinder. Of course, the tires are old. They probably had flat spots on them. There's a little bit of shaking going on.